Hello everybody, it's about that time. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks a bunch for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Guys, today's beer comes to me by the way of Matt up in Delaware. Sent me a real well put together beer packer. Sent me 4 beers, but he had them wrapped inside a box, a cooler inside of a box, and styrofoam with bubble wrap and cold packs. I mean, the beers were almost as cold coming out of there as it is right there in front of you right now. So a lot of thought and well done packaging on his part on that. I don't think I've ever seen one put together quite that well before, and they were out cold. Wouldn't matter if it had been 70 degrees outside the way he had them packed in there. So well done. Alright guys, this is my morning haze from Imprint Beer Company. He sent me 3 of their beers, and this is going to be the first one we're going to do out of the package. And like I said, this is my morning haze, and Imprint is up in Pennsylvania. Beer Advocate has it listed as 7.8%. Untapped has it listed as 8%. Thereof lies the dilemma by the breweries not putting the ABV on the label somewhere. Now we have no idea. And I understand they want to reuse these labels probably, because it seems like they've done a lot of batches of this, looking at the ratings and how long and how old some of those ratings are. So it looks like they've been producing this beer for quite a while, so they're probably just reusing that same label and saving them some money, but not having the ABV on a beer is a no-no in my book. So even if it's a 10 beer, it won't get it because of the lack of that information. But on the good side, the date on the bottom of it is 12/29/22. So end of December beer, and here we're getting in toward the end of January, not quite, so it's still just a couple of weeks old, guys, not even a month old, so it should be really tasty. I am hoping, because he sent me 3 of their beers, and we shall see. We're going to leave it at that, because I don't think I've had anything from Imprint Beer Company before. I may be wrong on that, but it's not ringing any bells. It should, because all the cans are black like this with labels over top of it. So I don't know if there's something. I'm not going to take the time to peel this label off and see if anything's underneath of it, but it may be a batch has been printed up with something else on it, and they just stick a label over top of it to cover it up to reuse those cans. I understand that too. But anyway, let's get back to the beer. It says hazy IPA with a casket full of mosaic and galaxy with a cryptic touch of Nelson. So a little bit of white grapage going on there. So it's got a tomb on the front with the bones of a skeleton hand coming out holding a beer there. So something to do with casket and death and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's just a theme for the beer. I don't think there's anything else we need to go through. We got the ABV according to Untapped, so I'm assuming that it is an 8%er. I don't know. So let's get it open. I don't think any of the Imprint beers he sent me has an ABV on it. So I hate to hear that. I hate to see that. Need to have that on there, If whether you're using those labels and putting another sticker somewhere or whatever, I mean, on the bottom there you could put the 8% on, stamp that on there too. I mean, you can still reuse the label. There's ways around that, guys. 2 fingers of head on that pour. kind of big bubbles on the side. Very cloudy, very hazy. It's like a dirty orange juice looking, more darker than a bright orange color, but still looks good. And like I said, big bubbles, so I don't think that head's going to stick around a long time. To the nose we go. Very pleasant aroma. Citrusy, oranges, grapefruit. I'm getting a little bit of peaches and white grapes. Smells awesome. Smells really good. 8%er, I think. Cheers. Cheers, Matt. Thank you, buddy. That's very nice. That's worthy. Other than missing the ABV, I mean, and like I said, they could stamp it underneath there with, there's 3 lines underneath there, guys. It's got the date, and then it's got a time stamp, and then underneath that it says too early. Well, where they wrote too early, they could write 8% ABV. Oh yeah. Anyway, that's just me. I like to see the date and the ABV on the package. So I ain't got to go look it up, and then you're still not sure if you're looking at 2 different sites and they have 2 different ABVs. So, Alright, look at that. That's good looking beer, guys. I mean, that's awesome. Well, I think we got it all out. I didn't see any chunkies or floaties in there, so it's time. Let's go sip on it. Alright guys, I'm back. Got a little bit left here. I've been sipping on it for about an hour or so. Nice lacing is left on the glass there. Very pleasant aroma. Really easy to drink for a 8%er, if that's what it is. That's the only thing I can fuss about this beer, guys. Not having the ABV on the container somewhere. Other than that, it's worthy. I would buy this beer if it was available here, if it had the ABV on it. It's got to have those 2 things. I mean, and then I'll judge what's inside the can or the bottle, whatever the case may be. Final chug. Very, very tasty. Matt, I think this is a winner. And I will say this about Matt. He sent me 4 beers. And all 4 of them are 8% and above. Big boy beers. Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. You're getting your money's worth. When you buy an 8% beer, you're usually going to get your money's worth. You're going to have a better mouthfeel. But again, depends on what the situation is. If you're out and about, you don't want to be drinking 8% beers. As far as I'm concerned, those styles of beers, unless you have a designated driver, are drinking home beers, guys. That's where I'm at. So I enjoy all these beers because I do them here, where there's nobody getting injured unless I fall down on the way back down the hall, and that could happen. You never know. I have bad knees. Y'all know that by now. Anyway, let's get over to me, guys. Other than having the ABV on the label, I think it's worthy. I think it's worthy of the A-, and I'm gonna give it the A- scale. I enjoyed it enough. I'm gonna give it a 92. Still an A-, but a couple notches up above the entry level. I like their artwork. I like their dating. Just need the ABV on there so we'll know what we're getting. So, not harping about it anymore. Over to Beer Advocate 89. Very good. I do think it's very. I think it's better than very good. Over to Untapped. Untapped has it at 4.12, also in their A- range. So we're in agreement there. And they've had over almost 3,600 people comment or review on this beer. So they've done it a couple of times. So that may be the reason for using the same label and all that, guys. But still, print it underneath on the bottom instead of write something silly underneath the date code. So you can do it. You can. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. If you've had my morning haze from Imprint Beer Company, especially if it's the 2022 edition, I think this is December, yep, end of December. This is the latest edition, I am sure of that. So if you've had this edition, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.